So the first question is, how often do you eat out in restaurants? I frequently eat out with my mother and my sister every weekend. We favor dining at eateries that we are already accustomed to over exploring new diners. My mother is certain about the food qualities and services in familiar restaurants, and consequently, we develop strong customer loyalty to those. It's awfully fast and convenient also when we want to choose what to eat for dinner. Sometimes we have breakfast, for example, at a nearby fish noodle eatery near my house. We've been having it for several years because it's quite convenient and also it serves really good dishes. To be honest, I sometimes do really want to go out with my friends for breakfast or dinner or something, but I find it most comfortable when I eat with my mother or sister, or both, because we share a mutual deep comprehension of each other's taste than better than anyone else. So, for example, when my sister and I are not into spicy dishes, so my mom would buy us some food that isn't peppery. Second question, what types of restaurants do you like the best? So I'm into casual dining restaurants because those kind of ordinary eateries are really common in Vietnam and especially specifically in Hanoi because they charge a medium price which is affordable for almost everyone, and also there are a diversity of dishes to try out. There are certain food quality and services in casual dining restaurants too, so it is suitable for who want to fill their stomachs. And for example, my favorite franchise is Alfresco, and I've been a fan of this pizza franchise for years. And because when I eat out in the Alfresco restaurant, it offers me a really cozy, comfortable, and warm atmosphere when I eat. So, in contrast, I suppose I'll never get on board with fast food killers, the ones who always pick fast food whenever we choose what to eat. I do personally like fast food and sometimes I buy it, mostly like once or twice a month, but eating it too much is not healthy as we always are told to are told by others. And for some brands, it is quite expensive, so I don't think it is a good idea to eat oftenly. For example, my cousin is really into McDonald's, and every time we hang out, she will suggest me to buy it, but I will recommend her something else, something much healthier. Question 3. Do you prefer street food or restaurant food? Personally, I really enjoy street food. As you know, in Hanoi, the diversity of street food is remarkably noticeable as it is the capital and the center of Vietnam. So, street food could be served as a quick snack in afternoon while you just end with your school time or working time. Or it is also considered a flavorful and quite um, average dinner. So sometimes I don't really feel the need to have casual dining because there are some rooms for quick and prepared food in my stomach. For example, chè is a really popular dish for Vietnamese people, especially in summer because it consists sweet coconut water, wide range of optional toppings like tobaccos, plants puddings, and has a lot of ices. Nevertheless, I guess restaurant food suits me better than street food too. Why? Because I do frequently keep an eye on food quality whenever I eat out so that I ensure my health is not injured or my stomach doesn't get bad. So restaurant food are provided in casual restaurants and therefore advance the eating and dining experience. Question 4. What types of restaurants are common in your city? So in Hanoi, the most popular types of restaurants is casual dining one. Most Vietnamese dishes are needed for suitable preservation and also serving. So it developed a really popular business and common structure. For example, restaurants that provide pho, beef noodles, bún chả, etc., are often casual dining rather than street food. So by therefore it looks more well hygienic to customers, and its main customers are medium classes. So it is too expensive for them for fine dining, just for a dinner or a meal, and it is not guaranteed safe enough to eat street food. Despite the popularity of casual dining, fast food is not the first choice for almost Vietnamese people. Vietnamese cuisine varies in different categories and has a really great diversity. But since fast food is introduced, people don't really prefer it. Although the young people now are really into it because of its convenience and flavor. For example, in Vietnam, there are only more than 20 franchise of McDonald's brand. Question 5. What are the advantages of eating out in restaurants? So for me, I think dining out has its own convenience and passiveness to customers. So for example, you want to have a dinner but you don't want to cook, and rather you can go out and have prepared meals, which could take a long time to do if you have to prepare it by yourself, and sometimes cooking is not your strength. So eating out is a really good decision. It is also a choice, an interesting one to hang out with your relatives or friends. And also you get a chance to experience local cuisine as a tourist or a traveler. For instance, my family often goes out for dinner in a fine diner whenever we travel to Saigon so that we can know better about their cuisine or what their flavors like, how it distinct from the Saigon and the northern and southern flavor. Despite of that, there are much disadvantage that I want to mention. Firstly is the unguaranteed hygienic of food, and sometimes it can be expensive if you go out with your friends. For example, your friends and you only have a budget of about 200 and you want to fill up your stomach, it is quite hard to find a restaurant that would fill both your hunger in a really remote village rather than some crowded cities. Also, not guaranteed hygienic food can cause health disease, especially the ones related to your digestive system. Question 6. Do you think customer service should be prioritized in restaurants? Well, to be honest, I think it would enhance customers' overall satisfaction about dining out at a restaurant, as it advances eaters' dining experience and also provide guidance to dishes information, so there will be much greater choice of food for customers. Imagine when you walk into a restaurant and you know nothing completely about this restaurant, so you need a trained waiter to guide you throughout the menu and recommend you some of the best sellers dishes. However, customer service requires training, so it raises business costs to the owners. Uh, and despite customer service and importance, I believe food quality should be the major aim for every restaurant because it is the main primary source that helps build customer loyalty and also determine the restaurant's reputation. So I'd rather go to a clean restaurant that serve clean food rather than flavorable favorable dishes that I don't even know their ingredients. Question 7. How much time do you spend with your friends? Gathering with my close buddy is my favorite activity to do. We arrange to meet once a month at my house. Sometimes we will go watch a movie out in a cinema in a nearby mall, and because we enjoy discussing about the movie while watching it. And, but in other times, we would usually bake some cakes. Despite cooking or baking is not really my strength, but I love spending time to cook something like to do something together so that we can enjoy the atmosphere between us, the time we spend together. So, other than having a monthly meetup, we usually chat every day on social medias. As we are in different classes on school, so um, we don't have much chance to see each other even in the school year. So we usually exchange daily stories, maybe about our class, about my family, or about our new interest in something. And um, often we call each other through messenger to talk more directly and more enjoyable. Question 8. How did you meet your friends? So my first impression of her, my close buddy, is that she was sitting alone in the classroom back in the fourth grade. So back then I was a really confident and open child, so I walked up to her and started a conversation. So and as you know, later we got on very well as we realized we have many things in common, like the same interest in drawings or the hobbies of reading comics. It was a memorable event, and we got to maintain the close-knit relationship for over 7 years now. And she's my closest and most important friend, even though we don't meet regularly nowadays, but we still have faith and beliefs in each other as days go by. Question 9. What do you usually do with your friends? So we mainly communicate online because it is convenient and entertaining as our houses are really far away. Sometimes we play games or send each other's videos of something funny we found online. Whenever we hang out, we enjoy eating and wandering around together because we share some really much common interest in food or in clothes. It was really easy to get along with her, and I had a really enjoyable, relaxing hours. Question 10. Do you prefer spending time with your family or friends? So back in a few years ago, I used to be really friendless, so I primarily talked with my family, my sister, daily conversations or interesting things that I found. And I still think that family is the most essential bond in every human life. as it is the greatest source of comforting and encouragement whenever you need one. But now, um, although now I have more friends on school, so I prefer hanging out with them more because as we are in the same age, we share much mutual interest and sympathy in some aspects. And it's also provide me a social connection in some ways on school and on class, which some friends may help me to study better. Question 11. Do you regularly make new friends? I don't really um, make friends much often because I tend to stay along with friends I'm already familiar with. Socializing with strangers isn't something that I'm good at, so I often find myself separated from the crowd of unknown people. However, making new friends, as I understand, it is really potentially important. In the future, I will need to regularly interact with more and more strangers than the present. For example, I have to make new friends in high school or when I move to a new university or even in my future occupation that there will be a really small chance of reuniting with people that I already know, but mostly communicating with totally new strangers that I don't know. So I'm trying to improve my communication skill to adapt to every environment that I got to. Question 12. Is friendship important to you? For me, friendship is a potential bond between every individual as it provides support and encouragement with help in some fields like studying, sports, or yeah, and also a emotional comfort sort. Maintaining friendship helps us to enable a long-term relationship, which have better support sources in different things like sympathy or educational support.